All right, folks, right now you have the power to take action, whatever you're going through. Negative self-talk, stress, anxiety, low energy, sickness, injuries, right? Anything that's putting you down, anyone that's putting you down, I want to cook it up. And so I want to start to cook it up by example. And so what I mean by that is I want to start systematically going through the list of excuses and removing them. And so you see that even with limited time, limited energy, limited resources, right? If you got limited capital, I want to show you how you remove all the things that you think that you need to get a little bit better every day. And so I'm going to do it by example. And so let's do it. And so where are we going to start? Let's start with negative self-talk, right? I'm a bar monitor, and so all day, every single work shift, I hear someone say, "I'm too old for this. I'm too this for that." They'll say, "Well, it would be nice if this," but they'll say, "But XYZ is the reason that stopped me back." And so what I want to say is, the only thing that's stopping you is you. And so you want to take action right now. Take action right now. Right? Always be cooking. Right? Every day we're going to get a little bit stronger, tougher, and wiser. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it with the mind first. The first belief is, the first thing I want you to start repeating is always be cooking. Always be cooking. What can you do right now? Right? Make the best decision right now. And so how are we going to start? We're going to start with our diet. What are the 3 principles? Right, I want you to be rigid in the principles, but I want you to be flexible in your practice. And so what does that mean? What that means is that I want you to start to eat meals from most liquid to most solid. This is going to help with digestion. Secondly, I want you to start to add olive oil to all your meals. Right now, this is beans with some garlic, red beans, garlic, and some spices. Probably cost less than $2 this meal. And we got ourselves a crushed up egg sandwich. And so don't say, right, there was a point in my life where I used to say, I need protein powder, I need supplements, I need this, that, and the other thing. I would spend upwards of $500 a week. Maybe not five, maybe $400 a week. Average out supplements, right? I used to take this thing out. It was called Russian Bear 5000 or something like it. It was basically, you would buy a big thing of whey protein and then you mix it into a gallon of milk and you would drink it all day. And I was like, I looked like a fat Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was bulky in my muscles. I would walk around like this. And I would walk in the weight room, kick the weight room door open, look everyone with these crazy eyes. And I would pretend like I was good at soccer. I would pretend that my workout routine was awesome because I had these big muscles. And I was the worst version of the player. I was better as a 15-year-old than I was at the age of 22 years old. And so what's the lesson? The lesson is you don't need a lot of money and you need simple principles to be playing like a beast on the field. And so look, so principle number 1, eat meals from most liquid to most solid. Principle number 2 is put olive oil on everything you eat. Principle number 3 is you want to remove your phone off the table when you're eating with the family and friends, and then take 6 breaths. Your joy, right? The goals are timeless, right? I wouldn't trade the goals, all the goals I've scored, all the assists I've had, all the wins, all the losses, wouldn't trade it for the world. But there's something magical about holding hands with your friends and family before you eat. How do you do it? It's a little prayer. What does that mean? How do you pray? You just think of nothing at all. And you just hold hands with them, because if you can get into this practice, it's so refreshing, right? Anyone who is present and not on their phone, you begin to look at them like a saint. Right? When people look you in the eyes when their phone isn't on their hands, man, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. So I want you to get in this practice. Take a few breaths, holding hands with someone before you eat. It's one of the most intimate things. It's one of the ways that you can raise both y'all energy. I don't care if you're frustrated, mad, sad. This will change your life. I promise you. Mark my words. This little practice will change your life. Okay, so now we have our meal. And the next principle is the man who takes 100 steps before he eats lives to 100. I want you to get into the practice of doing something, do a little bit of movement after you eat. So even if you're gonna go take a nap, right? If you're a little sleepy post meal, I want you to move just for a little bit, even for 1 minute. Give me 10 seconds, right? If you don't have a minute, give me 30 seconds. You don't have 30 seconds, give me 10 seconds. If you don't have 10 seconds, I want you to do one squat, one air squat, right? Give me something, a little bit of movement. A little bit of movement turns into a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, boom. Now you're Norwegian 4x4. Now you're at the Dr. Rhonda Patrick's Norwegian 4x4. Right, Norwegian 4x4 takes 20 years off a 50-year-old heart. They put 50-year-olds on a Norwegian 4x4 protocol, which means 4 minutes high intensity, 4 minutes low intensity, 4 times alternating. And they showed that 50-year-old hearts look like 30-year-old hearts in 1 year. Right, you reverse heart damage by heart aging by 20 years. 20 years. And so for all that people saying, oh, I'm too old to play, I'm too this for this, right? Whatever his freaking name is, he just signed another year pro contract. He's 50-something years old, he's still balling. So don't give up on yourself, right? That's the first place where you start to lose your energy, mental, you give up on yourself. So let's get it going. Okay, so, right, what I really want to shift this content to is no more flashy stuff. I want you to see in the entirety what I'm freaking eating, and then the little bit of training I'm doing, so you see that this is not for likes, this is not for views, this is not for clicks. This is raw training footage, and I'm not messing around. It's 43 degrees out. Look, everyone who passes in their coats. And so I'm gonna eat this food. Right, I've had 3 cups of miso soup. I went miso soup, coffee, miso soup, coffee, miso soup, coffee. And so no more stimulants for the rest of the day. Right, it's about to be at noon or whatever time it is. And so I'm gonna finish this food and then let's get it. Okay. Right, feel free to fast forward. This is not entertaining. I don't want it to be, right? Anyone could be entertaining. All them clips on Instagram, they could be entertaining. But what you're not, but what I'm losing in virality and entertainment, what you're gonna see is somebody who's not messing around. And I ain't fucking around this year. Let's get it. Egg sandwich dipped in red bean. It's like a red bean stew with some garlic, some pepper, some cumin, right? Raw garlic, sauteed, right? Simple. This is some simple stuff. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because I'm trying to show you there's no excuse to not get it. Wherever you are, we're in Japan, limited time, limited energy, limited budget, we're still gonna get it. Right, so I don't care if the only thing you have to eat is cereal or a freaking cup of rice or egg sandwich, you can still get it. Right, if you're listening to this and you're in cold ass Rhode Island right now, it's snowing, that's perfect to raise your spiritual energy. If you could raise your energy, use that cold air, get yourself cooking. Use that cold air. Go train for a few minutes outside, come back in. Warm up, go outside, go train again. Even in the wintertime, you want to maximize the sunlight. More sunlight you get, better sleep you get. Right? The whole goal is get off your phone. Get off your phone. Get yourself cooking. The first thing you touch on your phone, first 15 minutes a day, get off your phone, get yourself cooking. I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. You need almost nothing. Get yourself a bowl, tie 2 shoelaces together, get yourself cooking. Let's get it. All right, let's go. What are we gonna be after this winter? Every day, what are we gonna be? Stronger, tougher, wiser. Let's get it. Okay, by the end of this video, I need you to understand that this RMT rope, this jump rope, is the fastest way to get from the player that you are to the player that you want to be. And if you don't understand that the alternating underhand sneak is going to teach you the perfect running technique, and you're someone spending hours a week playing soccer, if you haven't learned this, if you don't bring one of these ropes everywhere you go, right? If you're not bringing our jump rope with you everywhere you go, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your time because it's taking you too long to warm up. And this tool it's life-changing, man. It's life-changing. Tie 2 shoelaces together. Don't believe me, just test it. Right? Because you could be here and you're getting the rotation. Right? A lot of people say, oh, jump rope for boxers. It's not just for boxers. Right? It's going to encourage movement. Right? When the mind is cloudy, move the body. Right? You bring this rope everywhere you go. Just tie 2 shoelaces together and just test it out. Right? Your ability to go from here to here to here is going to change your life. This rotation relieves pain and tension in your whole body. Right? So you're going from here to here, and then now what we're doing is, here's a new concept I want you to practice. I want you to start to read people's minds. And what do I mean by that? I want you to get the practice of looking at people's eyes and see what they're looking at. And so how this is going to help you is because in conversation, right, you got to practice looking people in the eyes. Right? When you look at someone in the eyes, you can see what they're tending to. Right? You could pass someone in a car, and you could see just by body language if 2 people are not having a good time, right? If 2 people are arguing with each other in the car. And so what I want you to start to practice, the way this is going to help you on the field, is that if you could see where people's eyes are looking and you get into that habit, this is the practice of looking closely. And this is going to help you see what a defender's thinking. This is going to help you with your teammates, where your teammates are looking. This is going to help you focus on what's important just by seeing where people's eyes are looking. And so you could see, right? You could start to see things before they happen. You could start to anticipate. Right? You're going to get into this practice of noticing what's important. And so, right, you could tell, then you'll start to see someone's high stress, right? If they're nervous, if they're anxious, you can start to see if they're relaxed. And you want to start to be someone who mirrors great behavior. Anytime you see someone, even your opponents, teammates, someone's got a great warm-up, someone's got their speed is unrivaled, someone's great at finishing on goal, someone's great at communication, someone's got a great handshake, someone's got a great hug. I want you to start to notice, man, this person, great finisher. This person, their speed, right? This person explosive. I want you to start to notice, and then I want you to have the bravery to go ask them, hey, how'd you get so explosive? Or you ask them, where'd you learn that move? Right? Tom Turnbull he would say, go up to someone and say, can you show me that move? And they, usually 99% of the time, unless they're even in a rush, they'll stop and show you. It's such a compliment. Someone asks you to show them something, especially something they're excited about. Right? If you're listening to this and you're anywhere in the world and you reach out and say, can I come train with you? And you say, I'm low on cash, whatever. I do not care. We could get it anytime you want it. Let's get it. Soccer training in Newport, Rhode Island. And so, right? So, what's the takeaway? Get yourself a rope. Right? Get yourself a rope. It's going to change. It's going to transform your life. It's going to transform your life because you could negative self-talk, lingering injuries, fitness, balance, timing, rhythm, and coordination. It solves almost every single problem that a new soccer player and an advanced soccer player should deal with. All right here. Right? This rope costs less than $10. You can bring it anywhere in the world. It goes on your carry-on luggage. It's like a gym membership, a soccer gym membership you bring with you for the rest of your life. Keep a rope on you for the rest of your life. You won't regret it. Okay. Now, how much time we got? Jesus. Okay, 4 minutes. So, if you're bad at juggling, this is the place to start. Not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are always the best jugglers. And so what most people don't understand about _Thai Fitness is that when I watch his juggling sequences, they just fill me with joy and they're inspiring. They inspire me to get better because this is what every single soccer player should be doing. Right? Your ability to keep that ball on you. When you start mastering juggling sequences, they're going to translate to gameplay faster than you could say blueberry pancakes. What I mean by that is, right, in the games, you want to keep the ball with your team so you can punish the opponent. And so every single time you see his juggling sequences, it's intentional. He's not just a freestyler. Right? Every single touch is intentional. And so what it's going to help you do is when you get onto the field, you're going to be able to hit your teammates on the fly. You're going to be able to take the ball out of the air and finish on goal in ways that most coaches, right? Most coaches that these days, they cannot demonstrate, right? They can't do half the stuff that he's doing. And so this is what I would tell myself at a young age. If you're in high school and if you're in college, I want you to follow him and I want you to try and mimic some of his sequences, warm-ups. Next time you get to practice or next time you get to games, man, some of them don't look too challenging, but I tell you what, you try some of them and you'll see for yourself. I want you to also notice the way that he switches the size balls he's using. He'll go from a tennis ball to a size 3 ball to a 2.2 pound medicine ball. And so just this simple contrast, just by using balls that are different sizes, they're really going to help you improve your game. Okay. So now we have just a ball in any size. And so if you're a parent or a player and you don't think that you're a great juggler, I want you to remove that mindset. The best place to start is right here. Right? Because if you can go right here, a lot of players, they'll say, I see them online, they'll say, I can only juggle 10 times, I can only juggle 25 times, I can only juggle 50 times. But what they don't understand is that 2 sets at 25, that's 50. 2 sets at 50, that's 100. So don't worry about the number, I want you to worry about getting to a nice rhythm. And so parents, players, this is where you start. Nice and easy. So take action today, get yourself juggling, get yourself into a rhythm. And then when you start to get into a rhythm, then when you're ready, switch to the rope. Then when you're ready, switch to Fantasista Mickey, dribbling sequence. And then you start to rotate through these simple movements, And so it's all about getting into a flow, getting into a rhythm so that it translates into the game. Right? So we're playing everywhere we are. This is perpetual play. And so we're getting relaxed while we're training so that when we get onto the field, now you're not thinking about nothing. You're just having fun, connecting the ball with your teammates. You're breathing, you're feeling the flow of the game. And this is going to raise your energy so that you can play everywhere you go in the world. Hopefully somebody that needs help, reach out with any question, 508-505-1180, Andrew Tetzlaff at Gmail, TPTZLAFF at Gmail. All right, thank you. Ugh.